This is like the customer entering the room. There's about 2,000 lines of code, so let's see how much editing I can get done. Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 5th, and this morning I'm going to be working on Kitty Corner Cafe, specifically the script. So I'm working on editing the last chapter, which I referenced in my previous video, so I'll put that up in the card in case you're interested in seeing the 3-month progress update. I wanted to give you guys more insight into more of the day-to-day of working on Kitty Corner Cafes, so I'll show y'all what it looks like to work on the game little by little, and this will also help to motivate me to work on the script and finish it. So let me check how many lines we are at, and then we'll see how much I can get done in about an hour before I go to work remotely. So I'm starting at line 95, and there's about 2,000 lines of code. So let's see how much editing I can get done in the next hour before I go to work. And I'm gonna be using the pomodoro timer technique too, doing like 25 minutes and then 5-minute break, and then another 25 minutes and a 5-minute break. And you can also see the game right here. So I have like 2 screens with the code and writing here, and then this here. I might move this up to this screen, we'll see, because it's a little better for like being eye level and my neck, but yeah, we shall see about that. So let's get into that. For my pomodoro timer, I really like to use this video, which is like a Pixel Cats like song YouTube video. So I will link that in the description in case you're interested in using that while you work on something. But yeah, let's get into the actual editing. Hello, so we have reached the first break. I did pause it for a second, but so it's been 25 minutes and I'm now at line 260. So we went from line 95 to 260, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and see how far I can get in the next 25 minutes before I have to go to work. Pumpkin really loves the view from our window in the morning. Hi, Pumpkin. What are you thinking? She's very much contemplating. Also, you can see back here, I got this hammock in our backyard and I love it so much. I use it all the time and it just feels like a little luxury to have it in the backyard. Also, something else interesting that I wanted to talk about a little bit is that whenever you're writing for a visual novel or a choice-based game, it's interesting to edit because you have so many choices, and because you have multiple choices and routes, you have to decide how you're going to edit this. So you could just make one choice and then go back and edit the other choices later, but I'm kind of using an approach where I read each choice and I kind of see how the flow is, so it does take a little bit longer, but I'm doing it all at once instead of having to go back. And I have a mixture of different types of choices in my game, so there are choices that do impact the story and you also get like more lore if you choose certain options, but there's also choices that are kind of just more like personal flair and letting you pick your own dialogue and how you want to interact with characters, which I hope will give it more replayability too, but it does cause it to take longer to edit than if I did not add in those kind of choices. So that's something to consider if you are making a choice-based game or just a dialogue heavy game. But yeah, so I have like a minute left of my break before I need to go back. So yeah, I will update y'all after the next round of writing. Okay, I paused my timer for this, but something that's kind of funny when writing is when you notice that you've been using a lot of the same word like so many times. Because like I just noticed I have this scene where I'm talking about making coffee and I use the word drink like so many times. So I'm just gonna Control F and see how many times I've used that word, because I'm gonna have to go back and substitute it a little bit to just give it a little more flair, because I think I've said it way too many times. Okay, so just in this chapter alone, I've used the word drink 42 times. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and edit that, but that's just gonna be part of probably, maybe not today's editing, but maybe another day. And I'll add it as a to-do in here, or I have another place that I track my to-dos for my editing, so I will probably do that. But yeah, let's get back to work. Okay, so it is day 2 of our devlog, and we are starting off here at 402 in the code. So let's see how much I can get done in the next hour, and I will come back here and update you once I'm done editing. Hello, so excuse the fact that my hair is wet, but so it's not really an hour later. I actually had some stuff that I needed to do for my car, and I've just been like getting calls and talking to mechanics about that. So I actually wasn't able to do as much as I wanted to this morning, unfortunately, but I will still look at the count and we'll see how much I did. So I'm ending around line 462, which you can see like right there, which is okay. So we did about like 60 something lines, which is only about like honestly 20 minutes or less of work, so that's okay. It just happens sometimes, and we'll get back to it later. Morning, so it is Thursday, and today I'm going to be editing Kitty Corner Cafe again this morning, and specifically I'm editing the scene with a new character slash customer, Brian, who is a really fun character. So yeah, let's get into that and we'll see how far I can get this morning. Also, something else that happens sometimes when editing is that I happen to read some of the scene right before what I'm going to edit, and then I end up wanting to edit some of the phrasing, which sometimes can be good, and then sometimes it can set me down a path of re-editing things that I just edited yesterday or the day before. So that's kind of something to be aware of, although sometimes it does make the writing better. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and I have spent this time editing the chapter with the scenes that Brian is in, and I got somewhat far, but I did also do some editing of the older parts of the chapter that I already edited. So because of that, I didn't go as far as I thought I would, but I did get all the way to line 894. So I would say that's really good progress from this morning. And if I have time later today, then I will also be editing again, but we'll see about that. And I'm doing a really fun scene next where I am adding in a lot of transitions, so it makes it just more engaging. And while I was editing this, I actually was looking up some of the Ren'Py documentation, and I saw more transitions between scenes than I had previously noticed. So I found some really cool ones that I didn't think to use before. So discovering those kind of things and actually reading documentation of whatever language you're programming in can be really helpful, especially for the game engine that you're using. And for something like a visual novel, adding in transitions really helps to make the game more immersive and, you know, feel a little bit more like a movie that you are participating in. So yeah, I am going to get to work at my regular job, and I will see you guys later. Good morning. So it's actually another new day, and today it is another work day of editing the script for Kitty Corner Cafe. I am working on the next scene with Brian when he actually goes into the cat room, and I realized something about the setup of my project that I'm gonna have to change, so I want to show you that really quick. Here in my file, you can see that I have a bunch of transforms, and what this does is it tells you how a sprite will move, so you can add in custom ways that the sprite moves. And I've been experimenting with this, and I realized I'm getting a lot, and this is just in one chapter. What I'm thinking is that I want to create a file where all of these transforms for sprites live. I have a bunch of transforms for the gameplay as well, but those live in the respective gameplay files, and this kind of restructuring in the project will save time in the future when I need to tweak these transforms. Instead of having to go and find each one individually, I can just put them all in one file and then have Ren'Py load it immediately when it starts the game, and then I don't have to worry about being able to use them in any other chapters. So a little bit of like coding tips, I guess, in the structure of a project. But yeah, because right now I also have all of these sprites in one singular file as well, and it's much easier to find sprites that way and add sprites and make any changes that are needed. So yeah, just a little tip. Okay, so I'm on my first break of the pomodoro technique. So we've done about 25 minutes of work, maybe about like 35 because I didn't start the timer right away. But we are around line 930. And I just wanted to show you a quick example of what I meant by the sprite like transforms. So for example, this is like the customer entering the room, and then he like moves over here because he's going to sit on the couch. So yeah, that just gives you a little preview of what some of the transitions look like, and I might try to make some of them look a little bit more lifelike, but for now I think that's good. Okay, so I've reached the end of my editing time, and we are now at line 1041, which is very good and good progress because I just reached like the end of the scene with Brian, and now I get to do some of the next scenes next time that we edit, which is very motivating. So that is awesome, and I will check back with y'all later. Good morning. It is a Saturday, so I'm in the living room right now, but I'm going to edit Kitty Corner Cafe again this morning, and we are starting off around line 1041 from yesterday, and let's see how far we can get today. One of the perks of working in the living room is that I can put the timer up on our TV instead of on my laptop. So yeah, let's get to it. So I'm actually only working for about 27 minutes before we have plans for today, so I got all the way to line 1084, which is okay because I had to make a lot of edits to this part because of the character sprites that I was using, so that's good for now, and I will work more on this later. Good morning. It has been a while since I last filmed. I've been working on Kitty Corner Cafe just intermittently. I'm going to be moving soon, so we've been really busy, but today I want to take you guys with me because since I work remotely, I want to just get out of the house and go to the library, and I also want to just show you guys what I've been working on for Kitty Corner Cafe because I have been doing more so gameplay updates to the adoption gameplay that you will do with customers and cats in the cafe, and I haven't filmed that as much because it was completely separate from the script editing that I was doing, but it was an important part of the script editing is to get the gameplay solid, which does include dialogue. So I'm gonna take you guys with me this morning, and yeah, let's go to the library. We'll get some work done for my regular full-time job and some work on Kitty Corner Cafe possibly. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I just put on some sunscreen, so I'm gonna let that dry before I put on any makeup, but yeah, I'm gonna go get changed and I'll be back. So we are dressed for the day, and here is a little fit check, and now I'm going to just pack up my stuff and we'll head to the library. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention is that I'm looking for this book series. I don't know exactly how to say the title of this, but this is the manga that I'm looking for at the library because I just finished the first volume and it was really good and ended on a cliffhanger. So if you're interested in reading a good manga, so far this is good, and I'm hoping they'll have the second one, so fingers crossed. We will find out about that today. Go. I end up putting on any makeup, but I think that's honestly fine because I'm just going to the library. And yeah, I will see you guys later once we're there. Okay, so I'm now back from the library, and I wanted to give you guys a little library haul just to show you what books I got while I was there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the Witch Hat book, but I got a lot of other good ones, so I'm excited to show you all that. The first one I got was actually from the same series, which is an anime that I have watched, but the anime is apparently missing some things that are in the manga. So this is the series Horimiya, I think is how you say it. I might be wrong about that, but I got the first two so I can just see how I like it because it's pretty quick to read these. So we'll see how that goes and then we'll continue from there. Next, I got Ash's Cabin, which is by Jen Wang, and this one looks really interesting and good. I started to read it a little bit while I was at the library, and the art style is just very pretty too. I really like this art style, and I'm wondering if they do everything digitally or with watercolor, but yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Next, as you can tell, I got a lot of graphic novels and manga because I really like to read those and I want to make them, so yeah. Next one I got was Mooncake, and I also did start to read this one at the library too, and I really also like the art style of this. I mean, I just love the color palettes in here too. So I'm excited to read more of this because I was liking the story so far too. And it's very different on different pages too, which is really cool. And then last but not least is this book, Making Comics, which I have heard about before, and I've actually checked it out from the library before, but I didn't get around to reading it because, as you can see, sometimes I get multiple books from the library when I go, so I'm hoping to actually read it this time and probably even take notes while I read it, and hopefully do some type of exercises or give myself exercises based on the things in this book, because I think it would be really good. So yeah, this is the last thing that I got from the library, and now I'm just going to get back to work at my regular full-time job, and I'm probably going to also walk on the treadmill, which is actually behind you right now, leaning up against the wall, and I just raise up my desk and roll it under here. If you want to see me use it in a vlog, I use it in some past videos, but it's been really good just to be able to get steps in while I'm at home, and especially once it starts to get cold outside in the winter. If I don't want to go outside, then I can just walk on the treadmill. While the sun's still been out and it's been warmer, I've tried to get outside to go for walks, but some days it is nice to do it while I work, especially in the sleepy times of the afternoon when I start to like dip in my energy. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to my library haul, and I'll check in with you guys later. Hello, so it's been a few days since I last vlogged, and I just wanted to say if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, and I'm excited to give y'all some more clips of what I've been up to. As you can kind of see from this background, I'm somewhere else. We have recently moved, so I'm excited to set up my new office and show you guys what that's like. But yeah, thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see some more updates and cozy vlogs in the future, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.